How's it going, everyone? I'm here at Dr. Victoria Ibrick's office today, and I came in because she's going to show me behind the scenes of what it looks like to see neurofeedback in action. And we just did this, and now we're filming this little intro clip for you guys, and it was amazing. I can't wait for you to see it. I learned things I didn't know existed, and it's just amazing what kind of therapy she's doing. And enjoy. Ready?
Wonderful. So this is going to be the reference for the active electrode that's going to be on the CZ position. And now I'm going to move to this other side and prepare the mastoidian bone for the ground electrode on the left side. And then we have the active electrode for the CZ position. That's right here. It is the center of the universe. Now with that done, we are not done. We have to do some more prep with a new prep. So it's going to be making a good contact by having a little silica in this. So it's preparing the spot very well. And that is going to be for the active. So it's on mastoidian bone, not on the T3, T4. I don't want to put those ground and reference electrodes on active sites. I want them on non-active sites. Here we are. Next, use the 1020 conductive paste that is going to be making the connection for each individual electrode. 3 electrodes. Now if we look at the amplifier, we have, this is going to be the active electrode, the brown one. That's going to go right on the top. This is the position. Then we have the reference, that's red, that's going to go behind right here, the mastoidian bone. If you want to tilt the head off a bit, just like that, and again, set up nicely. Then now the last one is going to be the ground electrode. Left. Here on the mastoidian bone. Now we have to verify if these connections are good. So we check the impedance by pressing this, and that's the connection. The green shows that is a very good impedance or very low resistance. That means we have a very good connection for whatever we need to look for. Okay? Now, we are gonna get into the computer now. So, from the settings, we can choose the one channel EEG, not an ILF, not alpha theta, not synchrony, but one channel EEG. So when we do one channel EEG, we can choose one frequency that we want to train, and if we train as we set it up for the CZ with the right side reference and the left side ground electrode, I chose the 14. So between 12 and 15, those are the SMR frequencies. The 14 is one good frequency for the effect on calming emotional anxiety. Now, in order to see what we've done, we already have the checkup on the actual amplifier, and the impedance is okay. Now let's see what's happening if we are looking at the frequencies. Okay, so we can see all the frequencies presented as they are coming through, and of course we can see the spectral display as well. Now, if we look and see this kind of cut off, that means it's a little muscle tension or movement that's caught up. At the bottom here, we can see the delta frequencies and some theta frequencies coming through, and then SMR 12, 13 come through. Not muscle tension. No alpha that much presented in this area, and not much muscle tension or higher frequencies. Would you like to tighten your jaw for a moment? See what happens? The high frequency is developed because muscle tension is recorded. Now we don't want to work on the muscle tension. Of course, we can see it in the oscillograph as well. And now the idea is to train this particular frequency 14 mostly, and discourage the low frequency and the very fast frequencies. In order to do that now, she doesn't have the screen to look at, but she's going to start seeing the game. So we have a feedback with a game that we need to choose. And one that is quite useful is the inner tube. So we can pick up one inner tube that's going to be very nice for her. And we have the sweet dreams that quite often are liked by girls. So here we are. Now she is going to be seeing the game in front of her. The idea is to look at the screen and make sure that that beautiful butterfly is going to go right towards the square and through the tunnel towards the end of the tunnel. And each particular game is going to be counted in time. As you observe on the right side, the time is going down, and at the very end of the tunnel, it's going to go out. It's going to be very interesting how many points she's developing in that time, and we can see a 6,000 already reached on the left side. So all this based on the reward mechanism. The reward is rewarding 14 and inhibiting the very low frequencies and also the very fast frequencies.
How does she control moving forward or direction?
Just making sure that she's paying attention. The idea is when you work on enhancing frequencies such as SMR, 12 to 15 cycles per second or hertz, your mind is very, very focused and you are very relaxed in the same time. So you are focused and relaxed. And you are supposed to be in the now. In the now means not in the yesterday or tomorrow or even today in 5 minutes from now. In the now, this moment.
So because her brain is controlling what this little character, the butterfly, does, and she's watching it on the screen, and depending what her brain does, she immediately sees the result of that. And because there's a goal with what to do on the screen, and in order to do that goal on the screen, her brain has to work a certain way.
Yes.
You've put her in an environment where this feedback is causing her to practice, almost like contracting a certain musle, but she's practicing that kind of brain pattern.
Focused attention and relaxed body.
That's the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
That is the way it goes. And you do it today and you do it tomorrow and you repeat until the brain knows. Not only knows, but feels how the SMR or this particular frequency feels.
Because it's done it over and over and over now, it's gotten used to it.
Absolutely. That's the idea of learning.
What would she experience in life, or what would she stop experiencing after going through this kind of training?
Well, each time when she does the training, she is going to be feeling herself more relaxed, accepting, not being emotionally negative, means anxious or sad. It's supposed to be in the mental attitude of doing well. Very much like when you are preparing yourself for a class. You want to learn what you learn, but you don't learn it if you are going to be thinking about something else or looking at the cat playing in the room instead of you reading the book. So now she's learning how the frequencies are felt when she is producing the right frequencies. Now I like to distract her for a moment. So try to tense your body again, bite your jaw, see what happens. Did you see how that black came over?
Can you do it one more time?
Can you do it one more time, please? There you are.
Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. I've got to show everyone how this looks on the screen here too.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and do the same thing again.
Bite the jaw again.
Here she goes.
There it is.
And those are the frequencies we're trying to train her not to do.
Down, down.
Yeah.
That means relax. And of course, there are other things that can stop that. When her mind is going too many places, that means those frequencies are growing, and those can also block her.
What would it look like if she started thinking about anything else?
Quite often, it's probably the most powerful it's gonna be if she's gonna fall asleep. If she feels drowsy and she falls asleep, a lot of the frequencies here are gonna grow. And of course, she's gonna be blocking the progress. It's very hard for her to fall asleep right now because we are talking behind her. And so she is also trying very much to perform as requested. And she's a good student anyhow, so she's not a person that has the ADD or ADHD symptomatology. So somehow it's very hard to show what would be wrong in that. But we can let her go to the session for a little longer and let her fall asleep. See what happens. And here there are some things that are happening. When these are happening, the delta frequencies coming through, and that may happen time to time to all of us. You know, we get into slow frequencies for a moment. That slows down the progress. And the idea is that all of us like to be rewarded for good work. We have a reward center in the brain. We don't have a punishment center. So the reward center, if it's tickled in, you know, you are getting more and more excited to continue to do good. And that is again, that's like a hook that helps you to progress.
It sounds like it's almost like going to the gym for your brain, except there's no pain. And it's not hard work.
Well, it is a pain when you are starting falling asleep. Now, one thing that I haven't done here, and I like you to observe, I need all this to record in my computer, and we haven't recorded it. I just did the training with her without recording.
Sure.
So far.
When you record it, what would you do with those recordings afterwards?
Well, I
to
can
learn
look
from
them up.
what she's doing.
I can look them up, and for sure I don't have her name in here, so I need to look on it.
And then by monitoring or like reviewing her performance, I guess, if that's the right word, then you can tell what kind of progress she's making or if there are certain tendencies.
Yes,
right?
and of course that can be also, it's a program that is set up already that we can fill up whatever information we need to keep. And in this moment, I see that we can also offer her a tactile stimulation during the session, and the tactile is going to come through having the bear, the panda bear in your lap. Now of course we have to pose for a moment so she can get the panda bear. Alright. How do you feel? Good. Okay. The important thing is to also ask, how do you feel, not what do you think? Because we can think too much when we are doing this training that pulls you out of being very focused. But you feel You feel your body, your mind, your emotions, all of them. And you can tell me, oh, I feel sleepy. Then I can modify the protocol accordingly. Or I do feel anxious. I can modify the protocol on the run. Very good. I think we could probably leave her to do the session on her own for a little bit, and we can come back and see what happens. And that's it. So session stopped. The other one would have been paused, huh? But I stop it because we need to stop it. She's done enough, plenty, and the report now is generated. And we have all this time. How much time actually she has been on the machine? She was more than 30 minutes. And we do have some frequencies that are actually increasing right now towards the end. But she said that she had fallen asleep a little. She felt that. It's kind of going in a zone. And now from here, I'm gonna be able to print it out or edit the report. So if I press edit the report, I'm gonna be able to mention what really happened, why we plan to do what we've done, and of course observations during the session, what happened, and then after that we can write out what ideas we have for the future training. And this is gonna be kept forever. So, okay. So there. Now I remove this and I clean what is left behind. Okay. Good. Side here. And the baby bear helped you?
Yeah.
You're sweating like a little cat.
Yeah.
And now, last one. And isn't it? Free to fly. And now we are gonna have a report that she's gonna be writing it, and whatever is important from the report, I will plug it in into this form. And then we print it out, and that's it. We have the session done. If you had any reaction that you may like to talk about?
No, I felt really relaxed.
Very relaxed.
Really
But you
relaxed.
got the feeling of being sleepy, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
If I would have been here with you, I would have probably modified the protocol to go to a little higher frequency, so would give her more energy. But in the same time, I would not go too far up in order to cause anxiety. So we have to be very careful how we walk on the right balance beam. Okay? So with that said, let's go ahead and write up the report.